Sunday, August 25th, 2013. 1 ounce of silver is $25. 1 Bitcoin is $120. Peace News Now is brought to you in part by friends of WeUseCoins.com. The USDA's Rural Development Agency is forbidding Rosie, an industrious 4-year-old girl in South Dakota, from using a small, unused area outside her subsidized housing unit to grow green vegetables. Rosie's mother, Mary, names changed to protect the guilty, is single and severely disabled. She and her daughter live on a fixed-income disability payment of about $600 per month. The garden vegetables growing just outside her back door, lovingly tended by Rosie, provide a fresh and healthy addition to their diet that they could not otherwise easily afford. Rosie started the garden in May 2013, but now the property management company has ordered the garden to be removed this week. The reason? Gardening is against the rules set by the USDA's Rural Development Agency, because structures of any kind are forbidden within landscaped areas. These federal bureaucrats are acting as if they own the individuals who receive any sort of government assistance, and that their behavior is completely under the control of the government. Cases of this type are springing up across the country. A mother in Maine was harassed and threatened by the Department of Health and Human Services for feeding her son homemade goat milk formula instead of commercial formula from the store. Well, rules are rules, right? Not exactly. These rules are not laws. They weren't voted on or agreed upon. These edicts came from unelected, faceless bureaucrats. They can't even be voted out or face any consequences if they make up rules that violate the Constitution. Isn't this the sort of authoritarianism that inspired the Boston Tea Party? You can sign the petition to save Rosie's garden by clicking the link in this episode's show notes, or send a letter directly to Elsie Meeks, State Director for South Dakota, USDA Rural Development Agency. This story brought to you by blockchain.info. Download the free and secure wallet app at blockchain.info. School district officials in San Bernardino County say they will discontinue a policy that required elementary school students to kneel down before being dismissed to class. Principal Dana Carter at Calamisa Elementary School instituted the policy, which called for students at various times of the school day to kneel down on one knee and wait for the principal or another administrator to dismiss them, quote, as a safety measure. School District Superintendent Callie Banks called the policy, quote, positive behavior intervention, and said it will no longer be enforced at the elementary school after parents spoke out against the practice. Phone notifications were sent out on Tuesday informing parents that students will no longer be made to kneel for the principal, effective immediately. One mother said of her daughter, quote, she says that she has to drop down on one knee with her hands at her side, wait for the principal to come out, lift his arms, and tell them to go to class. I feel that the principal wants to be like a king. We don't have kings in America. As school begins in the coming weeks, parents should ask themselves a question. Is my child really welcome? A flurry of incidents last spring suggests the answer is no. In May, Christopher Marshall, age 7, was suspended from his Virginia school for picking up a pencil and using it to, quote, shoot a, quote, bad guy, his friend, who was also suspended. A few months earlier, Josh Welsh, also 7, was sent home from his Maryland school for nibbling off the corners of a strawberry Pop-Tart to shape it into a gun. At about the same time, Colorado's Alex Evans, age 7, was suspended for throwing an imaginary hand grenade at, quote, bad guys in order to, quote, save the world. In all of these cases, school officials found the children to be in violation of the school's zero-tolerance policy for firearms. In the name of zero tolerance, schools are becoming hostile environments for young people. If you have children, please consider an alternative to government school. Peace News Now is on the Next News Network and is brought to you in part by friends of WeUseCoins.com. I want you to share this episode, and if you enjoyed it, send some Bitcoin to peacenewsnow.com/donate. I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.